Hey, what's going on everyone? This is Mike Kollin at MikeKollin.com. Okay, so the name of this song is Golden Hour by Scott Buckley. So the song gets a little bit loud. I will turn it down in a little bit. In fact, I might turn this section of it down. Alright, let's get right to this video. So I saw a video earlier today and I was going to make a video on just the basic subject of it because it's meant to be positive, but the actual teaching is a very negative teaching. See, okay, a lot of you are held back because of a lot of these things that you hear that you think are good, but they're not at all. In fact, they were designed that way. A lot of you came to my channel because of the videos I've made for the last 5 years on narcissist abuse. And narcissists have their fingers in everything. I do believe the world is not only waking up to it, but we are beginning to collapse all those towers, all the structures, everything that they're involved in. That's what the change is going on right now. We are beginning to open up to see what's really going on. Personally, I believe we are living in a very, very exciting time. We have just passed the halfway mark of this change. For us, it's going to be all downhill. There may be some challenges and struggles, but I think the energy shift has been amazing, and I think it's going to be interesting to see how this year turns out. So for me, life is becoming refreshing, energizing, and exciting. And I think for a lot of you, the gate's already open, you haven't tiptoed out yet. Okay, so here is the insidious teaching that I've heard off and on my entire life, and I'm sure you guys have heard this before, and it is really not true at all. One of the realizations that I've come across is how powerful human beings are, how amazing human beings are, and the level, what's the word I'm looking for? The power of intelligence inside us it's innumerable. It's, when you learn in NLP and hypnosis about the neurological connections that you have inside, it is through the roof. You have untapped potential. I mean, most of you aren't even tapping into 1%. I'm serious. And probably people like Elon Musk are maybe at 7%. We really, as human beings, we are not tapping into our power at all. It's 7% might be a little bit high. I would like to think I'm tapping into 2.5% or something like that. But the level of, man, what am I looking for? I found a video, I'm going to upload it in a second, and it says, this is a video of the neurons firing off in the brain. You have an entire universe within you. So the video that stimulated this was, I think it was a good video, it's a short, and it was talking about letting go, which I'm really all about, but I think a lot of people misunderstand that because there's another teaching what I'm going to get to, which is really what this video is about, which is not good. Okay, I'm going to actually skip to that right now because I think that's going to set the whole video off. So I'm going to actually use a real life experience. Now, it's happened to me before. I've even shut people down when they did this to me. And so it was a guy from a European country, and he hates America, of course. Not saying that all Europeans do, but it was kind of like odd because he moved here because he wanted a better life, better job, better career, and a lot more money. He was actually making pretty good money. And I remember him and his girlfriend kept telling me, like, well, how do they say that? How do they say this to me? They said, when you think of the universe, when you think of this and look at the stars, don't you just feel tiny and small? Don't you feel insignificant? And I looked at him and said, oh, absolutely not. I do not feel insignificant at all. I do not feel small. I don't play small. I play big. I play large. I have a massive energy field. I am not small. Now, he, by the way, was a very small person. I don't necessarily mean physically because I think he was actually a little taller than me. But his eyes, his pupils were tiny and, and it's like his whole face looked first. Everything was scrunched in. I'm like, no, I feel expanded. I feel alive. I feel wide open. And they kept hammering, yeah, but don't you feel small? Like, no, I don't feel small. compared to anything. It's a narcissistic trick to get you to feel weak, to feel you're helpless, incapable. And I'm like, no, I'm not helpless. I'm not incapable. I am a very powerful being. For those of you who came to my channel, this channel is all about being awesome. If you notice the third image, it says the Church of Awesome. If you go back to the beginning of this video, like around 5 seconds, that says, hold on a second, let me go back to it actually. Yeah, it says the Church of Awesome. I'm all about teaching you how to have an expanded awareness, an expanded energy, to open up to yourself, to connect yourself. Why? It's like plugging into the electricity. It's like plugging into your power. So in this video, these two Christian girls are talking, and I think there's a lot of positivity in it, but I think there's almost like a hint of, well, you're helpless and weak, and it's all up to God. No, God wants you to step into your power. All right, the letting go part, it's kind of when you do it, you understand it. When you let go, it's like, oh shit, the door opened up. In other words, you've been holding the door closed the entire time, or better yet, pushing okay, take my door, my front door. If you push on it, you can't open it because it opens inward. The frame is on the outside of the door and you can't push it out. It's impossible. You have to let go of the door. Now, the funny thing is with this door, when you let go of it, because it's at a certain angle, it swings open all by itself. And that is the experience you're supposed to have, is letting go, is letting God. It's like you open up to this massive awareness, this massive power, these massive abilities. See, you were lied to by the narcissist, by the serpent, by the seed of Cain. Cain killed Abel. That's what I'm talking about. This is all the same seed. It's all the same DNA. You were lied to by these jealous creatures ever since you were a little child. It's in TV shows. It's in movies. It's at church. I mean, it's taught everywhere. Like, oh, you're so insignificant. No, you are not. You are not insignificant. Let me tell you something. You are a child of God. Do you think God looks down on you like, oh, you're so insignificant. You're nothing to me? You are literally the most significant thing in the universe to God. Imagine a father looking down at his little child, whether it's an infant, a 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 4-year-old, 5-year-old, teenage boy, teenage girl. Your father loves you. Your father thinks the world of you. Your father looks at you like you are everything. And to God, you are everything. God beams with joy. All God wants to do is pick you up, hold you, hug you, kiss you, love you, and just celebrate you. Imagine holding your father's hand, and this narcissist comes along and starts telling you in front of God how insignificant and how tiny you are in comparison to anything. God might give him a good old backhand that knocks him across the universe. Let me tell you something. When I stepped into the ring, whether it's wrestling, boxing, kickboxing, BMX, football, if you walk into any of those fields feeling insignificant, feeling small, you will get your ass kicked. Let me ask you this question. Do you honestly believe that your father wants you to play small and to feel insignificant? Because that's the word don't you feel insignificant? No. I do not feel insignificant compared to anything. Do you think God wants you to go to the baseball plate and just give up, just be a quitter, be a loser, don't even try, just fake it? No, God's like, go for it. That's why you're here. You're here to go for it. You're here to play big, to be big, to see how far you can go. In other words, it doesn't matter how far you go. It doesn't matter how big you get or how rich you get or anything like that. It's just like, it's fun. When you step up to the plate, you're supposed to try to hit a home run. Why not? She also goes on to say, oh, well, God is the creator, etc., etc. I'm like, well, yeah, and God doesn't create small. God creates awesome. So you probably say God doesn't create insignificant. Even if you're a molecule, even if you're an electron, even if you're an atom, even if you're a hummingbird, there is something powerful, amazing, beautiful, significant about you. And that's why you're here. You are not supposed to hold back on whatever it is that is significant, that is amazing, that is powerful about you. You're supposed to play full out, have fun, and enjoy the process. Does God have a plan for you? Sure He does. He has lessons. He has stumbling blocks. He has hills. He has all kinds of things. But His job is not to take your challenge. His job is not to take your race. His job is not to play your part. Your job is to play your part and play it out full. God gave you tools. He gave you intelligence. He gave you challenges. Some of them are physical. Some of them are emotional. Some of them are internal, and some of them are external. It's like a race. It's like this fun. What's the word I'm looking for? You guys ever seen those Tough Mudder races where these people, and it's just everyday people, they get in these, and they do train for them, but these are not professional Olympic athletes. Some of them probably are, maybe are, I don't know. But the point is to push yourself, to run through mud, to run over hills. It's like they make this track, this trail, and this competition, and they will literally put like things dangling down, and you got to go up and over, climb around them. I mean, it is really hard, and I'm assuming it probably takes 2 or 3 hours to complete the course. Or actually, you know what? Let me Google it and find out. Okay, so the average Tough Mudder is between 7 and 10 miles. I think the majority of them are 8 to 10. So I just had it, but I lost it. Okay, but it doesn't matter. So the Tough Mudder that are 3 to 5 miles take 2 to 2.5 hours, and for the Tough Mudder that is 10 miles, it takes about 3.5 to 4 hours to complete. And here's the thing: it says right here. That said, Tough Mudder 3 to 5 miles and 10 plus miles aren't timed races, so you and your team can go at your own pace. Interesting. If someone convinces you that you're insignificant, no matter how tricky they are, you may not even attempt to do something like this. You may not even train twice a week for it. You may not even train at all. You may say, I'm not going to do it because, I'm insignificant. I'm small. I'm nothing. You know, there are so many examples. It's ridiculous, especially with the level of television that we have, of people that are crippled, people that have been injured, people that have, they're too short, they're too small, do you get what I'm saying? And yet these people will overcome all these obstacles, and they will go beyond anything anyone has ever said that they could possibly do. If you're around people like narcissists that are telling you, you can't do that, who do you think you are? Get them out of your life. Period. End of sentence. Better yet, prove them wrong. Go for it and have fun doing it. See, here's the deal. I shouldn't even say prove them wrong, because it's like that's such a waste of energy. It's more like go do what you want to do with your life and have fun doing it. I'm going to tell you something right now. For a lot of you, I think some of you, probably a lot of you, are coming out of it. But this whole transformation that we've been going through, like, we're starting to go, wait a minute, there are good people out there. They are out there. I probably shouldn't say out there. They're right here. They're all around you. So keep going, keep healing, and keep learning. So the next time someone compares you to the universe and says that you're insignificant in comparison, remember this video. These are the neurons in your brain. It says this is a video of neurons firing off in the brain. You have an entire universe within you. You are significant. Do you know why people try to make you small? Do you know why people try to hold you back? Because they're holding themselves back. Let them go. Then go for it. Start a new story. Start a new dream and just get on it. Go after it with everything you've got. One of the words that works for me, when I was younger it didn't, but one day when I actually imagined it, was plow. There's times when you're tired. Like right now, I'm actually studying my ass off. I'm going back over some stuff from a long time ago, Ericksonian hypnosis, because I'm trying to really refine my skills right now. It's like, yeah, I read that book 2 times already. It's like, it doesn't matter. You got to plow. Force yourself to do it, and you'll start feeling good about yourself. It's time to push yourself and go for it. You'll feel a whole lot better about your life by pushing yourself and going for it than you will by just sitting there and doing nothing. You've heard the phrase follow your bliss. This is really important because I heard it for years, follow your heart. I didn't really understand what that meant. I had a really good energy healer that was very, very patient with me. She's like, well, like if you get the inspiration, like suddenly you want to go to an ice cream store. She goes, just go. You might meet someone you're supposed to meet who's supposed to say one thing that you didn't even realize affected you until a year or 2 later. If you have the urge to go for a walk, do it. You might learn something. You might bump into someone. You might meet the woman of your dreams. You might meet someone who says one thing or says, hey, I know how to do that. I can do that for you. Now here's the other really interesting thing. Every now and then I do, and I think I read a book about this too, and I'm probably got it somewhere in my books here, but it was essentially like, for some reason you're craving, a hamburger, or you just want to go to this bookstore, you don't even know why, like something is just pulling you there, or, drawing you there. Just go and just hang out, get a cup of hot chocolate, do whatever, and watch and see what happens. The funny thing, I would go wherever it was, a coffee shop or bookstore that had a coffee shop in it, whatever, and I'm after about 10 minutes, I'm like, whatever, and I gave up, and sure enough, 20 minutes later or whatever, somebody would come by and ask me a question, or says, hey, why are you reading that book, or, and next thing we got into this real in-depth conversation, and all of a sudden, a problem that I had my entire life gone because they said something, and they gave me a different perspective, and I saw it differently. So start following those desires. Like literally, that's probably what it is. That's the best way. Follow your desire. That was the word that finally got me to understand about follow your bliss. Because I'm like, follow your bliss. Like, you want to know why I probably didn't understand it? Because I actually did it in my tone of voice right there. Because whenever people say, follow your bliss, follow your heart, they were so disconnected from themselves. I'm like, what does that mean? And I didn't really logically know to say the question, like, what do you mean? Because they didn't know what it meant. They were just repeating something what someone else said, and they said it from their ego versus from their heart. And I don't remember if it was my energy healer, if it was a book I read. I know there's a book on this subject that I read, but something said follow your desire. For some reason, you really want to get sherbet ice cream instead of 31 flavors, but you want to go over to Stone Cold or Cold Stone or whatever. I always get that mixed up. Go, just fucking go and just get it, because there's something that's going to happen, an event, a person, or you might even just see something or read something that you wouldn't have read if you didn't go there. And you know what else it's taught me over the years? Something happens. Maybe not every time. And one of the things I used to do, I'd really get this urge to go, so I'm like, I don't want to go outside, I had this real thing about getting outside my front door, right? And I learned you can't delay it. It has to be like, go. If you can go right now, go. Because maybe you're at work, like, well, I can't leave till noon, so, whatever. But maybe at that point that will be appropriate. But if you can go, just go. Don't even delay. Just grab your keys, go. And you know what it's taught me? It's taught me how to follow my desires. Like what I'm talking about is in my life, in my business. Let's take this channel. Like suddenly something happened, boom, I switched this channel from dating, relationship, boom, over to narcissist abuse. And now my heart's going, yeah, I don't think that's where it's at right now. I think I need to go back into the motivation. I need to go back into the NLP, getting people back into a positive spirit, positive soul, because it feels better. Logically, did it make sense? No. But emotionally, it feels right. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm a lot happier than I used to be, say, 4 years ago when I first jumped on the Narcissist, all those videos. And you know what it is? I feel free. And that's why that phrase emotional freedom, like emotional healing gives you emotional freedom. And that's why you're really here, just to be free, to live, to make money, to go, to come, to go, to just to have fun, to enjoy your life, and to feel emotionally free. See, you're supposed to do what you're supposed to do, not do something to prove someone wrong and all that bullshit. You're like, what makes you happy? What do you want to do? Follow your heart, follow your desire. What gets you up in the morning? What inspires you? So that's it for this video. The one thing I want to request again, make a donation for this young lady. She had either gotten drugged or something happened. Some people stole some money from her. I'm not going to go in depth. It was a pretty messed up thing they did to her. It was two grown men. She's like 4'11". You know, she's a tiny little thing. And she got robbed. So make a donation. We need about, I'd say $120, $125 right now to help her out. We got 2 donations in the last 4 or 5 days. And in the last video, I took a video. I sent that. One was from Brady Cruchetta, and another one's from Lee Tiffany. And I want to say thank you guys again. And essentially there's 2 ways to do it. You can contact me. I can give you her information so you can send it through Western Union, or you can send it to my PayPal, which is, there's a link right there in the description box. And I can send it. I'll make a video of actually sending it. I'll show you the receipt, the date, everything. And I'll upload it. And I will say thank you on there. And if you want, if you do a donation of $35 or more, I'll either give you my book Cracked Female Code, or for the women, if you want, you can get both women's book, Why Men Just Don't Get It, and Every Woman's Battle, The Need for Love and Emotional Fulfillment. If you make a donation of, let's lower it a little bit, say $40 or more, you can talk to me on the phone for an hour. We can go over something that you're concerned about, narcissist abuse, or we can just have a conversation. That's it, guys. God bless you. I hope you guys enjoy your day. Go for it. If you like this video, please click subscribe, click the like button, go ahead and make a comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. And remember, make a donation. I would really, really appreciate it. Anything will help right now. $5, $10, $15, anything at all. All right, God bless you guys.